Good morning, everybody. This is Sarah, and I am here this morning just doing my meditation in my hammock with my tea. And I find that since I am a morning person, I get a lot of visions in the morning, and my mind is clear and I can work. And since I did create and I've committed myself to the steps for organizing, I wanted to share the first step with you. So, the first step, and this is the most important step to any organizing task, is your vision. What brings you joy? That is what propels the whole transformation journey into being. It creates it, the vision. What kind of vision do you have for your space? Only you know that. I can't tell you, no one can help you discover this, because in your heart, you know what you want. Do you want a peaceful space? Do you want an efficient space? Is it a business? Business needs efficiency and peace, because if we have a peaceful mind in our business, then our business runs smoothly and efficiently. So there needs to be a balance in businesses. There also needs to be a balance at home. Do you want to take all the business out of your home and just make it into a peaceful setting? There are so many. I'm just naming you what I would do in my home, and I'm going by what I want and how I'm choosing to do. But everybody has their vision, because that's what's inside each of us. Now, how do you do you as a person? This is kind of how we create our vision. And there are 3 types of people. This is kind of how I think. And the first type is a very visual, which is we need to see everything around us. And depending on the type of visual that we are, either we need to see everything or we need to see nothing. Because if we see too much, like too many advertisements, too many words, too many colors, then we get overstimulated, and then it loses the peacefulness of the environment. And then there are people who need to see everything because they need that stimulation in order to remind themselves of things. And for them, it works. And it's a very, very important piece that if we know how we do us, we can create what we want. There's a second type of person. This is a tactile person. It's a person that loves nice feelings. I'm a tactile person. I'm also visual too. I think I'm all 3, honestly. So here I have my nice hammock, and I got my lovely view, and the water is so soothing to me. So it's very important that I have tactile, yummy feeling things, and open spaces, or maybe a fuzzy carpet, things that bring you joy. That's really, really the biggest piece. What's bringing you joy? So in your vision, it's got to bring you joy, and you've got to know without a doubt how you do you. The third person, auditory. We need to hear. If you want a peaceful space, it has to have peaceful noises in the background. I know with children, since I have 6 myself, it can get really, really noisy and really chaotic. So I purchased a little plug-in water fountain And I have it in all the time because the water, the rushing of the water is such a soothing experience. And not only is it soothing for me, it's soothing for my children too. And they enjoy it. And I notice that when I have the water fountain going, it creates that peacefulness. And everyone feels it when they come into my space. So that's important. And it could be anything. It could be soothing music. It could be, I don't know, silence. It could be ocean. I mean, there's so many possibilities, and this is where you get to be creative with what brings you peace. What do you like to hear in the background playing? So let me think. So let's see. Okay, so those are the 3 types of tactile feelings. Also smell. Smells are very important. Some people don't like any smell. They like things to smell clean without fragrance. And then some people need that fragrance. It all depends on how you do you, what brings you joy. We are all so different. It is also vast. But you have to envision that, and you have to know how you're doing you. Very, very important. When a client comes to me and I ask them, what do you envision your space? If they cannot give me an answer, it makes it very difficult to go through this transformational process of decluttering and organizing to make sure that their space is what they want. And then if they are not sure, then everything's going to be really fuzzy. They're not going to have a clear, grounded focus. So knowing yourself is key to knowing how you envision your space. Once you have a vision in your mind, you need to look for it. You need to look for photographs of what it is that you envision. Designs, maybe, designing books and decorating. It's everywhere. And focus in on it, on these things that you see. If you like something, cut out a picture, put it up. You can write about it. If you enjoy journaling, write about how you want your space to look. Not only a look, it's more of a feeling, because the looks that we create in our space, it portrays what's inside us. And if our look is cluttery and there's stuff laying all over the place and you can't find your keys and you can't find your mail and you don't know where the dog food or the cat food is, or you can't find your child's socks, this is a projection of what's in here. So if we want in here to be clean and in here to be clean, the space has to be clean. So you're going to make this changing transformation, and it is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. And so write it. You can draw it if you're artistic. You can cut out pictures of it. Just bring it into your mental space. Envision it. And a lot of times it's kind of like a vision board. Some people have vision boards when they project what they want in their life. Well, if you want a certain space in your life, this is the best way I know that I do it. So this is the best way to do it. Stay open and curious to possibilities, to changes in what your vision. You and your space are going to go on a transformational journey. When this happens, stuff is going to come up inside you and externally. Stuff will come up internally and externally. Stay grounded in your vision. If your vision is solid, if you've been really spending time and you have pictures and you have ideas of what you want your space, whenever all that stuff comes up, that makes you feel crazy and makes you feel like, oh, I want to keep this, and oh, I want this, and oh, I'm not sure about that, and oh, maybe somebody could use that in the house, or maybe I'm going to use it in a few months from now. Go back, take a few minutes, breathe, look at your vision, read about your vision, remind yourself, this is what I wanted. If I have all this stuff over here on my counter,